All right, let's dive straight into this explainer. Today, we're looking at a fascinating biological cheat code that is going to completely change how you view a simple daily walk. Imagine this. You've just finished a meal. From the outside, you look perfectly calm. Maybe you're just resting in a chair. But inside, there's a massive, invisible biological event taking place. And the choices you make in the next 10 minutes will completely dictate how your body processes the food you just ate.
So morning, noon, or post-meal, is all walking the same? You'd think so, right? Most of us just assume a step is a step, and whether it's morning or night, it all adds up to the exact same health benefits. But a groundbreaking 2025 study completely shatters that myth. It turns out the timing of your walk fundamentally alters which hormones are released, what energy sources are used, and how your body handles the sugar in your bloodstream.
Let's start with Section 1, the invisible post-meal battle.
To really understand the solution here, we have to know what happens when we swallow that last bite of pasta or bread. Think of your blood vessels like a busy highway. When you just sit there after eating, that highway gets completely flooded with traffic. Within just 30 to 60 minutes, your blood sugar rapidly spikes from a normal baseline of around 90 all the way up to 180 or even higher. Your pancreas is practically flashing an SOS signal, desperately pumping out insulin to deal with this massive influx of glucose.
And why does this actually matter? Well, because these spikes aren't just numbers on a lab report. When your blood sugar rapidly shoots up and then crashes down, it creates intense oxidative stress. Imagine this literally like rust forming inside your blood vessels. Over time, this repeated spiking damages the delicate cells lining your arteries. And here's the kicker, this isn't just a concern for diabetics. Even in totally healthy individuals, chronic post-meal spikes are directly linked to elevated HbA1c, cognitive decline, and a much higher risk of heart disease.
Moving on to Section 2, the muscle's second key.
Your body is incredibly smart, and it actually has a built-in defense mechanism. You see, muscles are like these huge storage units for glucose, but they need a key to open the doors. Normally, insulin acts as that primary key. But what if you have insulin resistance, or your pancreas is just totally overwhelmed? Well, muscle contraction activates this amazing backup system called GLUT4. When you move, your body senses the energy demand and signals GLUT4 to travel to the surface of the muscle cell, throwing open thousands of tiny gates, and the absolute best part? It does this entirely without needing insulin.
Exactly like this quote says, imagine it acting like a vacuum cleaner, sucking up glucose from the blood. When you simply move your muscles, you effortlessly clear sugar out of your bloodstream, bypassing your overworked pancreas entirely. But if you just sit on the couch after dinner, those gates stay shut, the sugar stays stuck in traffic in your blood, and the pancreas has to do all the heavy lifting.
All right, Section 3, walking on an empty stomach.
Let's look at a couple of real-world scenarios. First up, walking first thing in the morning. Imagine you've just woken up. You haven't eaten for 10 to 12 hours, meaning you're in a perfectly fasted state. Your stored sugar is low, and your insulin is incredibly stable. So when you start walking, your muscles demand energy, but there's no fresh food to pull from. Your body brilliantly adapts by switching fuel sources. Hormones signal an enzyme to quite literally unlock your fat cells. You start burning stored fat for fuel. Doing this regularly trains your body's metabolic flexibility, and it leaves those GLUT4 garage doors wide open, so your muscles will effortlessly absorb the sugar when you finally do eat breakfast.
Now hold on a second. We do need a quick caution here. Fasted walking raises cortisol. So if you're dealing with extreme stress, if you're chronically sleep-deprived, or if you have adrenal fatigue, this can actually backfire by spiking cortisol too high, which tells your body to hold on to belly fat. Listen to your body. If you feel energized, awesome. If you feel shaky, maybe have a quick bite first. And always, keep the pace light and comfortable.
Let's flip the script. Section 4, walking right after eating.
This brings us to a fully fed state. And the absolute magic number we are looking at here? Just 10. 10 minutes. For decades, conventional wisdom told us to wait at least 30 minutes after eating before we exercise so we don't upset our digestion. But modern science has completely turned that advice upside down.
Check out this groundbreaking 2025 study from Scientific Reports. Researchers gave people a heavy glucose drink and split them into 3 groups. Group A just sat still. Group B waited 30 minutes and then walked for 30 minutes. But Group C walked for just 10 minutes immediately after finishing the drink. The results are wild. That immediate 10-minute walk absolutely crushed the results of waiting to do a longer 30-minute walk. Group C had the lowest blood sugar peak and the lowest 2-hour average overall. No competition.
It turns out timing is literally everything. If you wait 30 minutes to exercise, that sugar tsunami has already crashed into your bloodstream. The spike has happened, the oxidative damage is done. But an immediate 10-minute walk catches the glucose the exact second it enters the blood. Your moving muscles are vacuuming it right back out, stopping the spike from the very root.
Now you're probably thinking, okay, but won't I get a massive stomachache? Surprisingly, no. The science shows that gentle stroll actually helps digestion. In that same 2025 study, the immediate walking group reported zero stomach discomfort. Why? Because gentle movement stimulates the wave-like muscle contractions in your gut. It actually helps push food through the digestive tract, getting rid of that heavy, bloated, gassy feeling we usually get after a huge meal.
Section 5. Your Practical Action Guide. Let's make this actionable for you today.
The Japanese Ministry of Health recently launched the Plus 10 campaign after analyzing decades of health data. They confirmed that simply adding a mere 10 minutes of physical activity to whatever your current daily baseline is drops your risk of lifestyle diseases, dementia, and overall mortality by a solid 3.2%. 10 minutes might sound completely insignificant, but compounded over weeks and months, it literally rewires your cellular health.
And honestly, the beauty of this is how ridiculously simple it is. You don't need a gym membership. You don't need expensive workout gear. Just stand up right after you finish eating, wash the dishes, pace around the living room while you're on a phone call, or literally just march in place while watching TV. It is entirely adaptable to your life, whether you're a busy parent or stuck working from home.
I love this thought. It is a cooperative relationship with your body. Your body isn't broken. It isn't actively working against you. When your blood sugar spikes, it's just reacting perfectly to the environment you've created. Moving is a powerful, direct way to communicate with your cells, telling your body exactly how and when to use energy efficiently.
So you are now armed with this incredible biological cheat code. The choice is yours. Will you harness the fat-burning, metabolic power of a morning fasted walk? Or are you going to unleash the blood sugar-taming magic of a quick 10-minute post-meal stroll? Your body is ready for the signal, so when will you choose to step out and walk today?